Funny that word racing versus the word training, how it can have an effect on our paddling. The hardest thing to do is turn your racing into your training. Meaning, how can you go in a race and do it as well as you've done in training? Well, the way you can do that is being positive and backing your training. Don't try and do anything that you don't normally do in training. For me, the race is about to start, so I've had a look at the race before to see what the waves are doing, where the swell's pushing for the finish, and how long the race is. Is there a better end to come in on? At training of late, I've been working really hard on picking up my maximum average boat speed. So with this race being about 3 minutes 40 long, I can't sprint the whole way. I've got to get my maximum average speed up high, and then I've got to run the boat. Now, I've been doing that week in, week out in training. So now I have to tell myself it's time to convince myself that it's right. I've got the right paddle for it. I'm using a Brasher S-Min from Bennett, and I'm paddling the new Slipstream Vortex, a great ski that runs really, really fast. You'll see that throughout the race. But I've got to be able to just tap it along. I've got to be able to let my ski do all the work. It has a boat speed, and I need to keep it at that. I need to let it run. I need to make sure my opposition is not too close to me to change what I'm doing. That's a thing that happens to people. They get caught next to a competitor and they get put off by them and they change what they do. Like any race, you need to get off to a fast start. But once you feel your craft get to a maximum speed, you need to run it. There's no use over paddling the ski. Once it hits its max speed, it's about making it run. The person who will win a race is the person who can get their ski to the fastest speed the quickest and hold it at that speed the longest. So for me, I've got away to a good start. It's now about running the boat, getting a good strong catch and a nice clean exit. A good catch is where you get a good clean right next to the boat where it's nice square blades right in tight next to where your foot pedals are. And then if you can get an exit that's about the length of your forearm, that'll let you come around with your hips and twist with your whole trunk. At the moment, if you have a look down on my white part of my shirt or towards the bottom near my hips, you can see it's crumpling up. That means I'm using my hips. My body's going back and forward and my knees are going up and down. That means I'm using my whole trunk. So I use my core, my chest, my back, my lats, which is far better than just using your arms. At the moment, my mindset is to make sure I get to the cans nice and quickly and don't alter my rating too much going out, keeping it strong. And even when I'm turning, I'm keeping my paddling strong. Nothing worse than dropping your rating when you're going around the cans, because then you have to pick up. Every time you stop your boat, you have to try and lift it back out of the water. So at the moment, I'm just keeping it strong so that when I come home with the swell, all I have to do is adjust my length of stroke. I still keep power on the catch, but it's my length of stroke that I make sure that I don't leave the blade in the water too long, because your boat will go the slowest when the paddle's in the water. I'm just steering left to right here. You can see on my pedals that I'm trying to get the most out of each runner. You never want to go down a runner just straight, because that's how you get stuck in the trough. You want to surf side to side, a bit like a surfer on a surfboard. At the moment, you can see my Slipstream Vortex ski is just running beautifully because I'm keeping it nice and even and I'm keeping my catch nice and strong. The whole time I've thought positive the whole way, and now that I'm about 45 seconds from the finish line, I can back myself. Yes, it does hurt and you do the odd ugly stroke, but the more times you can keep yourself in check with your training and know in training that you've done 3 minutes hard and you've come really hard home really strong over the last minute, you'll feel the confidence to be able to go on with the job. Every now and again when you get close to where it's a bit shallower, you look around to see where you can milk the most out of the runner so you get the best run out of it. And as you can see there, I'm just lifting my rating up now towards the finish, and that way I can get the ski to manoeuvre left and right to get the most out of the ski. It's all about getting the most out of the craft and having the right equipment. When you paddle in your next race, make sure that you back your training and go in there and think positive. Never ever concentrate on it being a race. The more positive you are, the better you race. Anytime you want any help, contact me at Mykayakcoach. And remember, always use the right equipment. The fastest ski is the one upright.